Harry seems, at least recently, wandering up and down a road, seeking a friend who wasn't there, to be lost. And, ordering a Deliveroo, is that wise when it comes to security? Because after all, security is what he's concerned about. And you should know where you're going when you're visiting a friend. Indeed, you should, obviously, be careful what happens when you're linked to a charity. His Africa charities, for example, Africa Parks, of which he's a director, have admitted abuses of the Barker people, which Survival International accused them of. And then we've, of course, got Sentebale, the charity commissioner, looking into it. Prince Harry is linked, of course, with those members who resigned because of the bitter, toxic dispute between him and Dr. Sophie Chandauka, who is its head, at least currently. Clearly, that has to be resolved. And then, of course, there is the interview. Now, when it comes to this interview, there's absolutely no question that, at least in my opinion, that Harry thought he would win the case. The issue dealt with security. Now, he believed that although they knew they lost automatic security when they stepped down as senior working royals, nonetheless, automatic police security can be given to VIPs at the discretion of RAVEC, a committee which decides these things for the Home Office. Harry, fifth in line to the throne, brought the case against the Home Office. His father, of course, King Charles, is head of the judiciary. So his belief is that his security quite literally has been deliberately, so to speak, downgraded. He also made the case that he thought it was being used as a lever to prevent him and Meghan stepping down. There's little doubt that this interview, I think, has been a disaster, because Harry and Meghan's ratings in the polls are absolutely terrible in Britain. Mind you, they always have been for at least for a considerable time. And in America, too, people are questioning the bullying allegations, their behavior. And Harry hasn't helped matters, because when he gave this interview to the BBC on the security when he lost his case at the Court of Appeal, he looked angry. He seemed under-rehearsed. An interview that reportedly was supposed to be 10 minutes went on for over half an hour. And he said some extraordinary things about his father. It's one thing saying, I want reconciliation, which is what he should say privately and not take it to the media. But it's surely tasteless to say he didn't know how long his father, who's battling cancer, has. And then, on one hand you say, I want reconciliation, and on the other hand, you say, well, my father's not speaking to me. Perhaps he should step aside and let the experts decide. This is both regarding RAVEC. That implies that his father was some form of stumbling block to the process of giving them adequate security. Now, all of this seems so confused. And what's even more bizarre were the accusations the implications of these accusations, that there are people around who would like Harry and Meghan, so to speak, eliminated. You could even take it literally. But certainly you get from this the fact that they believe there are malign forces at work against them, which has led to the downgrading of security, which he believes, he quoted risk assessments and so on. It's security, so we can't check, and he knows that. And there were things he couldn't say, of course. And let's be frank, it's a pity that there wasn't some compromise on this, because, of course, he's haunted by what happened to his mother. That's understandable. Although in the black and white world in which he sees things, Diana was someone who had no faults. In fact, she had a symbiotic relationship with the media, and she refused police protection, the very thing that Harry and Meghan want, because she believed the police were against her, because she thought the establishment, so to speak, had it in for her. A tragedy, indeed. And there are serious threats. Al-Qaeda, right-wing extremists, the paparazzi. Nonetheless, Harry lost. And an interview which underlines the fact that he doesn't like something, or Meghan doesn't, they go to the media. Oprah, Harry and Meghan on Netflix, the series, and also Spare, which he admitted that his family didn't like. You bet they didn't like it. And it wasn't wise, was it, to mention that he took out 25 Taliban personally on his second tour of duty to Afghanistan, as though they were chess pieces on a board, he said. Facts are, he doesn't seem to be conscious of the fact that he makes so many obvious mistakes. He believes that his security is being deliberately threatened and underplayed, and the implication is that these malign forces in the royal household, or courtiers of some sort or description, or it isn't exactly clear precisely to whom he's alluding, because no names are actually mentioned, but it's perfectly obvious that he believes, or seems to believe, that his family, so which means Archie and Lily, of course, are affected, they're in danger in Britain. So what next? My own feeling is it was a bitter, angry interview. He didn't rehearse it properly. Parts of it were confused, parts of it seemed to be in the fantasy world. But what does worry me is what comes next.